Right, welcome ladies and gents. We are getting an Until Dawn movie. Now, I think a lot of these articles are ever so slightly unfair, although I understand why they're doing it. They say it's from Shazam director, David F. Sandberg. He was the director of Shazam. He's also done some other stuff that was better, significantly better. Mainly horror things, actually. So, I think it's important. We'll just take a look at his sort of filmography on the lead up to things like Shazam to kind of see, what you think of him, I guess. Because a lot of people, see Shazam and go, ugh, this is going to be terrible. But he did a lot of horror. He did a lot of horror stuff. I mean, Annabelle Creation, Lights Out, Closet Space, Not So Fast, Pictured, Lights Out. He's done a lot of horror things. Loads and loads and loads of horror things. And I think is he going, did he do a horror thing now? I think he was back on another horror thing. I think Below, wasn't it? Below was fresh out of a spell in prison, a man attempts to set his life right by working a mysterious job. Okay, no. I thought he was doing like a sequel to something. But I mean, there you go. He's not just the Shazam director, I think is my main point there. And I think it's important to note. So, I did wonder what was going to be the next big thing that people were going to start adapting in Hollywood outside of superhero movies. Video games have obviously copped quite a large flack here and there. Their adaptations of, they've not been great, have they? We can all agree on that. But this could be good. Could be being the optimal word there, or the phrase. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here, folks. Side note, Jasper's joined me. Give me a big thumbs up for Jasper. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, look. He's teaming with Gary Doberman, who did Annabelle Creation. I think a lot of people liked Annabelle Creation, if I remember rightly. Pretty certain people liked it. I could be wrong. 6.5. Yeah, I mean, it's not like universally hated. People thought it was okay at the very least. So, yeah, interesting. Well, anyway, so we're getting a movie adaptation of the Until Dawn video game. That is in the works from the director of, David F. Sandberg, right? So he's going to be reteaming with the writer of Annabelle Creation, Gary Doberman. So if you like what he's done visually on things, and you like the writer of Annabelle Creation, then we're off to a bit of a winner, I guess. So Until Dawn, survival horror adventure video game developed by Supermassive Games and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. It was released for PS4 in August of 2015. The game is an interactive drama that follows a group of 8 young adults who have to survive on Blackwood Mountain when their lives are threatened. So this is what I think is interesting. And you know what? You could have so much fun with this. It's dependent what sort of vibe they want to go with, but you could. Because the story is driven by player choices. And obviously a branching narrative, endings and things like this. You could almost, and I'm not saying they should, but you could almost do a bit of a horror comedy with it. Have player choices do one thing and then they die, and it could be good fun. I'm not suggesting that they do that, but there's a lot you could do with this based on how the video game is laid out. Absolutely you can. So it's an R-rated love letter to the horror genre. The synopsis for the movie hasn't been released by Screen Gems. That's the other good thing. So it's being done by Screen Gems, which is like Sony's indie arm. Screen Gems are the people that did. They've done a lot of stuff. They're very good. I like Screen Gems actually. So they're describing the flick as an R-rated love letter to the horror genre, centering on an ensemble cast. Of course, it would be an ensemble cast. I like the fact he's going to do these things. I mean, Gary Doberman, Annabelle, It movies, the Nun films. Yeah, Sandberg, Lights Out, and other horror, other horror things. I think this could be quite good, to be fair. Another sort of somewhat beneficial thing is Roy Lee, who is the sort of the leader of Vertigo Entertainment. I think that's a good element of this as well. And this is the original article. This is the Hollywood Reporter that broke the news. They had the exclusive on this. So we'll just take a look at this for sort of confirmation's sake, just to double check that we're not missing anything. But I honestly, I do think this is pretty good. I think this is quite good news. Doberman himself, late last year, signed a first look deal with Screen Gems, so that's good. To deliver horror movies, very specifically horror movies. And he's going to be producing Until Dawn under his coin-operated banner. So the writer being the producer is actually very beneficial. So also producing a Sandberg and Lotta Lawson via their Mangata shingle, as well as Roy Lee of Vertigo Entertainment and PlayStation Productions, Assad Kizilbash and Carter Swan. So there are some good stuff here. Now, I think this is interesting. So, overseeing for Screen Gems a newly appointed head Ashley Brooks, as well as Michael Bitar. Screen Gems Dan Primozic closed the rights and shepherded the deal making for this package. So, we've got new leadership at Screen Gems. That's fascinating. Plus the first look deal. There's a lot going for this, I think, actually. I think this could be good. PlayStation Productions, they ramped up a whole bunch of stuff recently. They did The Last of Us, Gran Turismo, Twisted Metal, which I haven't watched Twisted Metal, but a bunch of people said it's actually alright. So, there's a lot, good on PlayStation Productions. They seem to be really smashing it, actually. They're heavily involved with The Last of Us, Gran Turismo. Good on them for that as well. Again, I didn't watch that, but I heard very good things. I heard people liked it. It's not my cup of tea, but I heard loads of people really liked it. And I know there's like a sort of like a question mark. It's not your cup of tea with a massive Datsun sign in the background. I don't care for that story. But point is, it was pretty decent. People quite liked it. So yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good news. But I mean, it is one of those things where you just go, well, it remains to be seen. We'll have to see how it goes. But what do you guys think? This is good news, bad news? Do you think this is the next big thing? There's a lot of video games entering into production for screen adaptations. So it does seem to be one of the next big things. But what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on. And I will ask you guys, please do hit subscribe down below on the second channel, Missed Reviews Live Archives. It's my podcast channel. It's where all the clips go. It's a really, really fun channel. There's loads of clips going out. Just loads of content where you can just enjoy it. Similar to this, but different, more conversational with other people. So anyway, cheers guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.